Look, your email marketing becomes really, really simple when you've got a perfect plan of what you're going to be promoting and how you're going to do it throughout the month. But most people don't know how to plan their email marketing. So over the last 20 years, I've come up with a really simple process that I'm going to share with you today about the exact way to create your perfect plan for your email marketing. That's what I'm going to talk about in today's show. So come on, let me just show you the exact process that I use and my students use. If I look at the psychology of why when most people sit down to do their email marketing, they've got their heads in their hands, they really don't want to do it, it feels like a chore, is because they haven't got a plan. But it's not just because they haven't got a plan. The reason it feels like it's because they haven't got the plan is because you're trying to do two things at once. You're trying to use two different competing parts of your brain at the same time. If you sit down, start and write an email marketing campaign or just today's email, right? A newsletter. And you're sitting there looking at that screen. You're trying to do two things at the same time. You're trying to come up with what should you be promoting? What should be the call to action at the same time as how do I make it exciting? How do I be creative? You're trying to use that creative part at the same time as you're trying to use the decision-making part of your brain. So the way we eradicate that is the last week of every single month, I sit down with this really simple Google sheet and I plan out what are going to be the call to actions that I use at each day of the month that I plan on sending an email. Once you've got this, it's just so freeing. And I'm going to show you how it works.
Hey, I've just created a brand new mini course and I'm really excited about it. It shows you the exact system that I used to take one of my offers from just over $27,000 in sales to more than $500,000 in sales. That was the same offer to the same audience. We took the sales from that same offer, the same audience, from 27 grand to over $500,000. And I've detailed and outlined the whole thing in this brand new mini course, and you can get it for free, the whole thing, as a viewer of this channel. And all you need to do is go to the QR code that's on screen or click the link that's in the description below. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
There's a bunch of things built into this Google Sheet which not only help you with decision making, but they actually trigger a bunch of different psychologies and chemicals in your brain to help you enjoy doing your email marketing more and make yourself want to do it more. And when it's a habit that makes you more money, more sales, and grows your business, I think any habit that we can create and anything we can do to help us create those habits is all the better, really. So let's take a look at it. So the first thing we're going to do, like I say, it's the last week of the month. I'm going to use this example one here from back in August 2025. I just grab this example one up, but I pretty much use the same thing every month, is down this left-hand side. There's a lot of things going on this screen. I'm going to explain every single one of them as we go, so don't get overwhelmed, please. The first thing we're going to do is down this left-hand side is write in the call to action for what's going to be that call to action on that day's email. And I'm going to make that decision for every single day. Now, some days I might leave blank, like the first. I might leave that one blank. On other days, I'm going to write the call to action. And that call to action will be one of two types of call to action. It will be a call to action to a paid thing, come and buy this program, come and fill out our application form, that kind of thing. Or it might be a link to a free call to action. Come and watch my YouTube video, or come and attend this free webinar, which of course might lead to a paid offer, or come and register for this free challenge. So it's going to be a paid or a free call to action, but it's a call to action nonetheless. And we're going to write into each of these what that call to action is. When we do that, it means when I come later to sit and write the email, I just open this up and go, oh, what's the call to action? That decision's already been made. Thank you to last month me for making those decisions and taking away a lot of that decision fatigue, which is one of the big reasons most people fall off the wagon with emailing more regularly. Okay, so how do we do it? How does it look like? Okay, we're going to have no email set on the first. We're going to do a call to action for my YouTube video, which will be a free thing, on the second, and I might do a second email about it on the third. Okay, cool. Then the next day, I'm going to host a mini course. Okay, I'm going to host a mini course. I'm going to put that in there. So I'm going to start promoting that, and I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days promoting my mini course. That's awesome. So let's say a mini course is $97, just making some numbers up. Give them maybe a day off, or even I might come back around and talk about my next YouTube video at that point, because another YouTube video will be released by then. So we'll do another day of YouTube, and then maybe I'm going to spend a few days talking about my Rome offer, my main all roads lead to Rome offer. That's your flagship offer, your main thing. So for me, that's our automated email engine program, whatever it is for you. And I'm going to spend 5 days maybe talking about my Rome offer like that. So that and then I'm going to do, let's actually do another YouTube video. So let's take that. So we've got a YouTube video, say on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, give them a day off. Wednesday, back onto YouTube again. And then we're maybe going to do some kind of webinar. Okay, we're going to promote my webinar. All right, we're going to host a webinar. We're probably going to promote that for 3 days because that seems to be what works for us. So that's going to be the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we'll give them off. Saturday, maybe I'll find a bit of content or something, or maybe we'll talk about something else. But you can see how the month is sort of building up. Okay, but what's really interesting is, let's say we take a few days off here and then I do another mini course 2, and we spend a few days doing that. This means that when I come back and I look down here and it's now, let's say it's the 2nd of August, right? I know, I'm going to just send an email about my YouTube video. So I don't have to make any decisions. All I have to do now is be creative, is use my creative part of my brain to do it. That's awesome. But what's really amazing now is where we get really strategic about the decisions we're making before August comes around, before the month comes around. And that is, I've put into this left-hand side what I think I want to promote. But then I can see in this donut wheel on the right-hand side what that really looks like, how my month is actually split up. So it's showing me I'm planning on spending 18.2% of the month promoting my free YouTube videos. Okay, that's a free thing. But I'm also planning on spending the same amount of time promoting my mini course, which actually makes sales. Now, to me, at a glance, as a strategist, that looks disproportionate. I would probably want to spend at least 1 more day promoting my mini course than my YouTube video. So what I might come down here and do is I might go, great, instead of YouTube for that extra day, I'm going to put in mini course, and there we go. And I'm going to spend a bit more time doing money-making activity. I'm going to spend 13.6% of the month promoting the webinar, my Rome offer, another mini course 2. We can see that's how that's all going to fare out. So what does this allow us to do? Well, this allows us to see, based on what I'm planning on telling people about, based on what I'm planning on using my call to action, am I making the right call to actions to achieve my financial goals? Because at the end of a month, if you ever look back at your bank and go, why didn't we make as much money as last month, or as I'd hoped to? Well, the answer might be because the things you actually planned to promote, even though you did everything you might have planned to do, didn't actually sit together strategically in a way that was set up to achieve your financial goals. So you can see this mini course here, I'm going to spend 31% of the time promoting. This one, only 18% of the time promoting. Okay, well, if this mini course 2 is more expensive, has a higher ticket than the mini course, maybe this one's $97 and this one's perhaps $197, I might again adjust the amount of time I'm planning on spending. I might find that instead of 2 mini courses, I might do a mini course and maybe a larger course or something bigger. And of course, within this, I might have also put in, I'm going to do an affiliate promotion. I'm going to promote somebody else's thing that I've found, a friend of mine perhaps as product or service, and I'm going to put that in as well. It doesn't matter what it is. That's the first thing. So that's 2 things, sorry. That's the what I'm going to do, making sure they're the right things. And then this bar here that's filling up, this nice little green bar and the little number here is telling me that I'm planning, even though it looks like I'm promoting like an absolute loon here most days, it tells me actually I'm planning to not promote anything 29% of the month. Almost a third of the month, my plan is to not make any sales. My plan is to not make any offers or move people to a deeper relationship with me. And when you see that, that brings you with the cold, stark reality that, wow, I could be promoting more often. And this generally is most shocking to people when they have a promotional calendar that looks like this, where it's got just like a 1-day gap between various things. And they go, great, well, I'm promoting pretty regularly. There's not many gaps. And they go, my gosh, I'm planning on not promoting for like 62% of the month. I'm only planning on actually sending an email 58% of the month. And that's just the planning phase. So that's the first part. The second second part is when we get into how do we get ourselves to do the work. And this is when we really start triggering lots of dopamine in our own brains for good, rather than just sitting vegetating on Netflix or going through our news feeds. And here's how we're going to leverage some dopamine. So what we're going to do is every time we send that email, so it's the 2nd of August now, imagine, and we send the email about YouTube, I'm going to check it off. And when I do, you'll see that these bars start to fill up. So I get a hit of dopamine when I click the checkbox, yes, I did it. I teach my brain I'm the kind of person who does what he says he's going to do, which is a nice way to feel and a good way to program ourselves into more achievement. And we get to see the progress of these bars that I'm doing what I said I was going to do. Look at this, the percentage of planned days you actually sent an email. So that's the percentage of the days I planned to send an email that I actually did is going up and up and up. And at the end of the month, you can see of all the days I planned on sending an email, what percentage of them did I actually do? And that gives me that thing of, did I really achieve what I set out to do? Not only that, I've built in something else, which I got the idea for it from that app Duolingo. And I'll show you what it is. And I've just been hiding off the top of the screen. I'm going to just pull it into view now. And that is the daily streak. Okay. And this is one of those, again, these habits which releases all these beautiful chemicals in our brains. And I'm not getting to the technical names of them, it's not important. But just to say, it feels really good when you do these things, is as you check off sending more and more emails, we're building up our streak. But if I miss a day, I'm back down again. And also, to make it extra fun, I've made it so that the little emoji changes, which don't underestimate how much this matters to people and makes people do the work. They've told me time and time again, including for myself, they want to know what the other emojis are because it doesn't stay like a rocket for ages. Oh, it's a crown now. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. But if I miss a day, So just by doing this, you can see how you're making the decisions and separating decision making from creative writing and writing of the emails. And then you're using these other tricks and these techniques to actually hack your own brain. This is how you create the perfect action plan for your email marketing to make sure you're set up for success time and time again. So I hope you'll like this. If you did, tell me what your biggest takeaway from it is in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe. And here's another video that I think you'll really get a lot of value out of as well for building your online business and doing better with email marketing. Catch you soon.